the Arts and Heritage Committee on the 6th of March. So the first item on the agenda is apologies for absence. Do you have any apologies?
Yes, we've got apologies from Councillor Hall, Councillor Bradley and Councillor Needham.
Thank you. Do we have any substitutes?
I'm substituting for Councillor Hall. Councillor Bradley.
Thank you. Okay. Declarations of interest, item 3.
Don't I have to declare an interest? I'm declaring an interest in the Mayor's Tea Party.
Anybody else? Minutes of the previous meeting. Do we accept this as a true record?
I'm happy to propose that, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ross, a second.
Yeah, Rosie.
Yeah. All those in favour that were here? So that's the...
And I'm abstaining.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can I abstain as well, please?
Thank you. Public participation session, 15 minutes. Okay. We've got no members of the public here. Well, okay. Well, we have got a member of the public, but they don't wish to speak. Okay. So, item 6, feedback on events. We haven't had any events, so there is no feedback. So, straight on to item 7, update on upcoming events. So we'll start with 1, which is coronation celebrations to be discussed. So shall we start with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, as per the meeting last time, I've organised a coronation working group, and all councillors have had notification of that. It's on the 16th of March. At the moment, I've got Councillor Longford, Councillor Hall and Councillor Needham. So if any other councillors...
Oh, yeah, I'll be there, yeah. Sorry, it's my fault I'm not applying, sorry.
And I will participate if that's okay.
Yeah, I shall be okay for the 16th.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the next point was that we talked about this, the pre-election time or not, especially for the coronation. And we've got a coronation budget of 4,416. And I was asked to get quotes, which I have done, for the PA and stage. I've got a copy of them here for anyone that wants to see. But the PA and stage was 1,695, and that's from the person who did all our PA and stage last year. And the other quote is from the Romantics, which was going to be the key group, and that's £850. I obviously haven't accepted any of these quotes yet. You wanted me just to get the figures. You also asked about the big screen, and I got a quote from Alex on that, but the cost is £6,045, so it's out of our budget. I did check with Alex about Hickings Lane, the park, and I also checked with Pete Scott on whether or not it would be available, so whether there was football events on, etc. So that's where I'm up to on the coronation, and I'm really wanting councillors to give me further instructions now as to how they wish to proceed.
If I can just, I mean, I think it might be nice to see whether the schools and local acts might want to be on. I know it might be short notice now to get things out, but it might be nice to invite the schools to perform or local dance groups and things like that, rather than just paying. I think that's quite a lot of money for a group. I know we need something, but maybe we can discuss a bit more. Who was first? Si.
You've got a hall here, what might be an idea is to get a projection in. You can project it on one of these walls or in the other room to project the whole King's coronation and do something like having some sort of, I don't know, either a street party or sandwiches or something at the same time. So that would cut down on your £6,000 for your screen. You could project it. Nobody needs a TV licence on the day of the coronation at all, so we get around that. But it's a suggestion. It's whether it would fit in with what else has been planned.
You can put that to the working party, can't you? Working group.
I think, we probably, with all due respect, I think we probably, hopefully, need a bigger area than we have.
Oh, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah. And probably the weather either can be. So, but it makes more sense to me to think in terms of an outdoor event. Or we could have, we can have marquees, I know, but I hope, this is a once in a lifetime occasion for a lot of us. And I think we need to get as many people as we possibly can in attendance. And the idea of the schools, as mayor I've been to lots of places where, the school choirs have been performing and they have been absolutely wonderful, honestly, they really are, and I think it's a great thing for the kids to be involved. This is, a lot of it is for the children, isn't it? These are the people that we're making memories of.
Yeah, I think we all remember it was the schools, weren't it, when we were little.
Yes.
I think Si's idea was as well as, not instead of something.
Yeah, well, every idea is a good idea, isn't it? So,
Okay.
Thanks. I know I wasn't at the last meeting, so catch me up a little, if you wouldn't mind. But it says the 8th of May, and that's, presumably that's for some kind of big event, or it looks like that's for some kind of big event on a park or something, potentially. Would that not be better on the 7th? Because that's the big lunch thing where you're meant to be doing street parties and things on parks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think what the working party will decide on the actual day, I think that we did say that last time about looking at which day. So nothing is confirmed at the moment, so we can discuss the
My
day.
concern over that, okay, maybe this needs to go to the working party then, is that the 8th is the big help out. So that's about encouraging people to volunteer for the day.
Yeah.
So there might be a lot of voluntary groups and things who are wanting to do something, and it would be a shame to get in the way of that.
Yeah, that was brought up as well at the last meeting.
Right.
So it was, I think Richard mentioned that. So yeah, nothing is firmed up. So,
Okay.
Richard, you're next. Richard?
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought the whole idea was that's what the working group was for next week, to come up with all these things. So I think it should be whoever's at that is cracks on with it. Obviously, thank you to the town clock for finding that stuff out. £6 for that projector, it would have been nice. It won't got money like that, have we? Do you know what I mean? If only, mate. But thank you for looking. Yeah, I just think it should be a working group, otherwise it's pointless having a working group. That's just me. Thank you.
Yeah, it could be just you. I mean, it's a case of like at the end of the day, some people can't make the working group. So the idea I'm putting across is to be taken to the working group. The thing is you look at what other places have found out is starting now puts you way behind the curve. A lot of places now have sold out of all the marquees. And those that have got the marquees are putting the price up to an absolutely stupid and eye-watering amount, as you found out with the televisions as well. The working group is a brilliant idea, as I say, and it does need to go through. But I think help from other ideas or ideas can be taken there, like I was saying, isn't supposed to stamp all over the working group, it's just to be sent through to the working group. So that's what I mean. I mean, no disrespect for it, as I say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's a case of like, it's just trying to find somewhere that's going to do the marquees at this time.
I think like it might be a good idea to I know members have been invited to the working group, but it might be worth doing an email out
Yeah,
with suggestions, you know, and then at least we can discuss it.
because working
So
group,
it
they
gives
can
us
go
all-
through all those ideas and see what's practical, physically doable.
Yeah,
Not too matter. My apologies.
so always one.
It's always me.
So are we all happy to take that to the working group? Okay, so we'll move on to the mosaic installation update.
I just wanted to update to say that they are ready, the ground is ready where they're going, and the contract, I've just sent out the contract today for the maintenance tender, and we're hoping that he or one of his team will come and do the actual installation. But until he's signed the contract, I don't want to ask him. Well, I do, but
It's tempting fate.
Yeah. Does anybody want to speak on that?
I think it's a long time coming, but it's going to be worthwhile. It's going to be one of those events that people are going to remember, as Jan already said. It's for the kids. It's for them to remember these things we're going to do. Because it's going to be a long time before we get another queen.
Yeah. Just on that as well, sorry to add to your workload. I keep getting asked by some people that actually made the mosaics is what is happening. Could we email them out to give those a bit of an update? You know,
absolutely, yes.
thank you. Okay, anybody else on that item? No? So, microforest tree planting update.
I contacted Angela at Fairfield, yeah, and it was half term, so she was going to come back to me after half term, so I'm now waiting for her to come back to discuss it further.
It's been a while since after.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything to say on that one? Time capsule update.
The time capsule itself at the moment, we're waiting for confirmation back from Broxtowe. We've got a location we think we can plant it in, which is quite nice. But again, it's waiting from Broxtowe themselves. And once again, we're in the waiting hold. As soon as I know any more, then, well, whoever knows any more, then let you know.
Anybody wish to speak on that one? No. So item 5, Mayor's Tea Party. So I know we've got a bit of paperwork on that one. Yes, please.
So, the Mayor's afternoon thank you tea, it was discussed last time and I confirmed with the Mayor that it is a fundraising opportunity and it's for members of the public who have helped and supported the Mayor through this last year, members of the public, and there's 2 fundraising opportunities, one's going to be a raffle and one a lucky dip, both will go to Treetops Hospice. Invitations have been sent out to 45 people and I think up to now we've got about 36 coming. So yeah, but people were really pleased to get the invitation, so that was lovely. So I've worked out some costings. So I contacted the Borough Council because they've just done the Broxtowe Mayor's Tea Party and their normal caterer works out at £337.50, but for their Mayor's Tea Party, they put an extra budget on as well. So if we do it ourselves, and when I mean do it ourselves, it's go to Sainsbury's and order a platter, etc. And for that amount of people it comes to around £175 plus soft drinks, that's tea and coffee and juice. So that's the budget that we've got is £250.
And can I just interject there? I will be supplying all the sweets, the cakes and things like that at my own expense, so I'm not taking it out of.
If you mean going round saying, would you like a sweetie?
And I think, sorry, the other thing I just want to say is that the raffle prizes and the lucky dip have also all been donated by Councillor Gould.
Yeah. Has anybody got anything to say on this?
I'm going to be the devil's advocate in the room.
Okay.
At my event, which we did last time, the budget was around £60 to £80, something like that, and we kept it that low because we all took part in ourselves. The sandwiches we made ourselves, the ladies made these, I don't know what they're bloody called, they're like 3 plates on a thing, a proper thing that looks proper like that, and it was really well done. Going to Sainsbury's is all well and good, but is there anywhere else you can have a look at? Because we are in a time where money is tight.
I have actually.
I know that
got-
one. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Certainly are.
Before, the council used Posh Nosh, and they've also used Birds, and they've also used Morrison's, and I've looked at all those prices, and Sainsbury's is the cheapest.
Cool.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is, like, we did do it on budget. It's a bit different to the afternoon tea we did last time as a fundraiser. But the invites have gone out. So, you know, and it is nice to thank people. I'm not saying it's not, and those people in Stapleford that need appreciation. I'm just a bit at the budget, I've got to be honest, because I don't think we've ever spent that on this type of event before.
Can I just with one thing, just wanted to confirm that in fact there's only myself as a member of staff coming in to help. So normally there's 2 or 3 members of staff, but because it's in the afternoon, I felt that if I came in then I'd be able to get it done. So that is a cost saving, even though it's not sort of built in. But yeah.
Sorry for starting and being devil's advocate, I'll go away now.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, you know, I think invitations have gone out. I think it's too late to revisit it, but maybe if it happens again, we should be looking at what we are going to budget. Because I know we all pitched in last time, didn't we? We all made sandwiches, we all made cakes, and crockery.
We did, and if I can come back on that, I have paid out an awful lot of my own pocket in order to make this a very special thing for Stapleford. I'm not just talking about this, I'm talking about the events that have preceded this.
Oh, I realise that.
You know, so I don't feel that I'm taking advantage in any way. And, you know, I don't, I thank you for
I'm just playing
bringing
devil's
this up,
advocate.
but
Because what I'm thinking of is also we can use this as a measuring for going forward. So the £250, we set you as a, what do you call it, a measure, and we see going forward if that will do for every event like this.
So this is a bit new, I think, to this council.
yes, it is.
So it's a bit different, so it was a bit of a shocker when I read that. if I'm
No, what I
honest.
would say is just me playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. So anybody else got anything to say on that one? No? Hopefully it'll be a lovely event. I've lost my agenda now. Item 9, art project. I'll put some of my teeth in. Art project to paint utility boxes throughout Stapleford with the permission of Virgin Media and BT Openreach. So I'm going to pass over to Richard, as this was brought to council by Richard.
Yeah, it's quite weird being able to do this actually, because years ago I thought it was trouble to spray paint and everything, and now we're getting people to get permission to do it, so it's pretty good. I mean, it's odd, isn't it? It's people either like it or they don't, do you know what I mean? I think it's a good idea with the people that don't, it doesn't matter, it's just, well, I mean, obviously it matters what people think, I don't mean it like that. It's art, isn't it? Some people like different things with art, don't they? And I just think it brightens the town, that was the idea behind it. It's working in Beeston, it's very successful. Some of the stuff down there is absolutely amazing actually. And then just on the top of that, we've finally got permission to do what I always call it Browns, but it's Clifton Subways. We used to paint back down there in the 80s and that, a lot of my friends got sent to prison for doing it. Now it's a legal place, and Norman, one of our level, came down when we told him to put the sign up, so it's legal, but that's thanks to Jeannie and the Beeston Street Art project, which I think is really good. So I spoke to quite a few people, seeing what they thought and if they'd be interested in that, and they said yeah. So it's kind of just someone to take lead on it, and I just thought it'd be pretty good if we could do it as something as a council. It's very minimal. One of the organisations, I've just got something on here, obviously. I didn't print it out because it's probably a million pages, but I'll come and have a chat with whoever I need to. And BT Openreach, for example, it just says like the artwork needs to be relevant to and for the benefit of the local community, so your design should reflect that either through the subject matter or style. We don't want to be diverse, if it's what it says, so designs can't include anything offensive or which could be seen as offensive. Well, I can understand that. This includes political allegiances, specific sports teams or anything with a religious context. I guess that includes music groups and all that kind of stuff. It's not just on sport, is it? That wouldn't be fair. And if it does get vandalised and that, you can tell them, and they're like, if you don't do it anymore, they'll come and repaint over it. That's on there. And then once it's done, I think that's for like 2 years. You can change stuff. You don't have to keep going back to them, but as long as the pictures are okay, there's a whole process of stuff you have to go through. I think the cost is quite minimal. You know, if we have to get some funding, there's arts funding out there, isn't there, and stuff like that. Some other groups, I know we said the PLR Stapleford Art Club, I spoke to some of the ladies in here the other day. There's lots of local artists, schools. I've seen some of the stuff they've done in Fairfield in the hall, it's amazing, that was a local artist. I just think it's something positive. Perhaps it's something, you know, I don't think it would be fair to start promoting it now, so especially with Perth and all that. You do have to be careful of whatever it's called nowadays. It doesn't matter. But it's Perth, you know what I mean. I just think it'd be pretty good. And you've got Beeston Street Art project. Why can't we replicate it? It's something good, isn't it? And it might lead to more. You know, we've got I keep saying knitting. It's not knitting. We've got the crochet stuff on it, which is making the town, you know, different than that. Let's have some other kinds of arts, and I think the more art and crafty things we get, it's got to be a win-win for everybody, hasn't it? So, see what happens. I just think it's nice being able to sit here asking this, especially back in the 80s when, you know, I was told no.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say I absolutely support that. Anybody that knows me knows I'm into art of all forms. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see how much it costs. I do know. Did you try ever through the borough, Richard?
Sorry?
Did you ever try through the borough?
No, I've been given permission for our community group to do it, and I just thought it would be the whole council, you know, to share it, and get everybody involved. The only cost is the paint, so whoever's doing that painting, if they've got the paint, they pay. If they need just like bring an artist in, I think in Beeston some artists charge whatever they charge, there's a cost to that. That's where that funding will come in. But if it's local people and there's certain paints, like you can't put stickers and stuff on there, it's got to be paints on you know, there's some rules and regulations. But yeah, the only cost is the paint, isn't it? And if you pay a professional artist, it's their time and whatever. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty minimal really for what you're getting. It wouldn't cost the town council anything.
Yeah, okay, Jan.
Well, I'm intrigued by this, Richard.
Sorry?
I'm intrigued by this, and I can think
It won't be me doing it.
no one better than you
It won't be me.
to
That's
to do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I can't quite get my head around it. You're talking about
Find page one.
utility boxes. What?
Okay, so you know like the green boxes at the end of the streets that we walk past
but
every
they're
day
very
off the
small,
doors are
aren't
missing. Sorry?
Aren't they very small?
Some of them are, but some of them are quite big, yeah. There's lots of, I mean, I know you can't all see it from there, but there's some pictures here, look.
Let me have a look.
I
It's
know
not
not
that you
I'm not at all critical of this.
Yeah, no, they're these kind of like boxes like that, look.
So you're going to paint on those?
Yeah, that's what they've done in
So
Beeston.
you're going to do sort of pictures rather
Yeah, it's not just scribble and spray, no, it's,
No,
unless somebody wants to scribble and spray, no, also.
yeah.
But that's what they look like in a minute, they're just plain green.
I think it's a
Yeah.
There's some with
And I'm
flowers.
determined to get them to do what?
There's one with flowers and that in Easton. That
Yeah.
I like quite a lot. So anybody else want to speak on that one? Sam?
Richard, I want to congratulate you because I think this is a really good idea to bring in front of the council. And I think it's something that should be endorsed. It will bring, the same as the knitting group has done. It's not a knitting group, is it?
That's
Just
what
a
I'm
group.
saying.
I'm going to get hit in a minute.
Yeah, we can show this.
I think it's a case of like it brings colour, especially in Dunbar times.
brilliant.
And anything to bring a bit of colour into
I
Stapleford
thought because it's so small,
would be brilliant.
it wouldn't really have much
So
impact,
yeah,
but
I'm
obviously it
for
does.
Anybody else? So, it says here, that a report, that's the right one, isn't it? That a report to be received and instructions issued as necessary to the interim town clerk. So, should it be just town clerk? Okay.
It's what to enter.
I'm more than happy if you said to come down and sit with you when you've got some time, sit there and have a chat and show you all these bits and bobs to suit you. And then that's kind of, it's just, I suppose it's just get Sal or whoever it is, put something on the website at the appropriate time. I just don't think it's now because of what's happening.
Do we need to look into what permissions there are? I know you.
Yeah, let's say that just for
I
the...
think we need, as a council, to look into the permissions, to make sure we've got all the bases covered.
So would it be something like in I don't know what you call it, permission to work with the town clerk to look at all the internet? I can't remember how you word
It
it.
would be permissible for us to be able to do this sort of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
So we have
do
to
it. If it
get
just say
in
council
touch.
on the thing.
Yeah. Touch, but I think I
Yeah,
don't
there's an
think
application form to fill in to send off to them, and once they say, yeah, it's kind of good to go, and they don't say no. I'm not saying they'll never say no, they could turn around and say no.
Improvement
And,
all over the
and
country.
maybe adding to that, I mean, there's no need why we can't look for funding at the same time as the reports come in. So look towards some sort of funding for it.
There are funding available for that.
There's lots of arts funding,
Yeah.
different ones.
So I think that
Is
would
that
be brilliant.
okay?
Yeah, what I was just going to say is if, just sort of doing it step by step, so if Councillor
Richard Words.
could meet up with me,
Yeah.
and then we can go through the permissions,
Yeah.
and then I can make sure that that's all ticked.
We can always email something out to everybody, just so
Yes.
everybody knows what's cracking off, don't we?
Absolutely. And then, time-wise, it's not going to be quite yet,
No.
I'm afraid, just because of staff time.
No, I can understand
So,
that.
but we can get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Set up for whoever's next, especially because there's no cost as such, is there? It's just time.
I think it would work through you, Chair. I think it would work very well with the coronation as well. You know,
Yeah, if someone wants to
if
decorate
we
one
can-
like that,
if we
I
can get
think
it done
Yeah.
in time. So yeah, it's good.
I think that's a tight time scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, come on.
Well, I've got a separate idea for that though, Jan, that's not a problem. I mean, I could even email them and just say, can we do this as a community group, then get someone to do that. It's a separate
Yeah.
thing, but it's the same if that speeds it up a little bit, just so there's one coronation one.
Yeah.
Let's try and do that.
The
Simon?
coronation lasts for an entire year, if I remember right. It's a year of celebration.
Yeah.
It did when Queen Elizabeth was coronated.
No,
Crown.
that.
Queen
Crown.
was coronated.
I didn't know.
She
I
was
was
coronated. She was crowned.
crowned.
Yes.
So, so it's a case of like, all that time for somebody to do some art on something like that, which I think would be really, really nice.
Clever idea.
So, I suppose, do we need to take a vote to support this proposal then? Do you want to propose?
Yeah, no, I propose that
I'll second.
the state of town councils, I'm going to joke when I say this bit, but I want to say it the next time I want to say it. I propose that the state of town council are encouraging people to do graffiti. Well, that's the best thing ever. Obviously legal on the right location, and it's street art, it's not graffiti.
And not be arrested.
So that's what I'm proposing. I'm proposing that the State and Town Council supports a legal street art project in the appropriate places, and the words delegated authority to the town clerk, and I'll come down and have a chat with you. Something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Delegated authority is what I was looking for. That's what it is.
And just keep everybody informed.
Yeah.
So I seconded that. All those in favour?
Well, that's quite funny actually.
Ross,
Are you in favour?
it was mine.
With your
Unanimous.
Well, thank you everybody. That's quite funny.
Heritage Interpretation Board project update.
Yes. I say yes like that because obviously this has been going way before I started. So this is a report. The wording has been given by Sal. She is doing the she's doing the inquiry. It's the inquiry stage at the moment. So I don't have any further information. It's what's already in the report. There's been some issues with the form that from the Heritage Lottery Fund, and she's waiting for a response from them. You have to say whether or not your bid is led by A, B, C, D, E, or the diversities, but if it's not, there isn't a box to tick, and it loops you back round. It's just one of those annoying loops. So it's gone back. We're just waiting for the Heritage Lottery Fund, but she's made great strides on it.
I was just saying, can we just put in the minutes then, thanks to the council officer or officers that's involved in this, because it is nice to thank people, isn't it? It is appreciated. It's one of the things that we'll get there one day, won't we? But we're a step closer, aren't we?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the cogs move slowly, don't they? But yeah, I would second that. I think a lot of work's gone into that. A lot of work's gone into doing that proposal.
Didn't we start this in 2019?
It was a minute ago.
The meeting was online, so it was during the pandemic, so I think 2020, if I'm right.
Because I remember that Lorraine came to it, and Lorraine was really hot on this, and then it all just went quiet.
Yeah.
COVID going away, isn't it?
It's COVID, it's looking for funding bids, it's staff time and having the staff and the resources to be able to do it. So hopefully we've got a bit of momentum at the moment, hopefully that'll
Carry on through after
yes.
May.
Yeah. So anybody else want to speak on that one? No? Okey-dokey. Date of next meeting?
Oh.
No, there is a date set.
Oh,
Yes.
right, okay.
So,
To be continued.
yes, what I would say on that is that we need to be very mindful that 2 of our staff are only working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. And so having meetings on Mondays and Fridays we need to look at that.
Okay. Okay, thank you everybody. I bring the meeting to a close at 17:34.
John's fine.